Hi everyone. So in the last video we discussed the introduction, some basic points of the evolution of the semiconductor industry. We discussed the Moore's law and all this. So coming to the MOSFETs, we are discussing this MOSFET structure. It's a MOSFET. Why the name is given as MOSFET? Because gate is formed by metal previously, but as polysilicon is having many benefits when compared to the metal, so we are using polysilicon nowadays for the gate. But the name is same, MOSFET. Polysilicon is used as a gate, oxide layer, thin oxide layer beneath the gate, and semiconductor drain. Source and drain are formed by semiconductor material. So coming to the different types of MOSFETs. So like NMOS, PMOS. So this is NMOS. So coming to the NMOS. So in the NMOS, the channel is N type. Source and drain are of N type. So whenever positive supply is provided, then the electrons will flow from source to drain. Channel will be formed and electrons will be flowing. And it is an enhancement MOSFET. So channel will not be there in the beginning. Channel must be formed whenever the positive supply is given. Due to that, inversion layer formation, due to accumulation of charges and channel formation, from there current flow is caused. So next coming to this is the enhancement MOSFET. So we can see absence of channel. So this PMOS. For PMOS, we'll have P substrate. For PMOS, we have N substrate. Opposite substrate will be there, and channel is of P-type material, and source and drain will be of P-type of material. Channel, source and drain will be of P-type for PMOS. For NMOS, N-type. Substrate will be opposite. Substrate is N-type for PMOS. So coming to the PMOS, we can observe here also no channel. And coming to this PMOS and NMOS, these two are integrated to form a CMOS. So this is a CMOS, combination of both NMOS and PMOS. So we'll have PMOS on the pull up, NMOS on the pull down for forming the CMOS. So why we are going for CMOS? So in NMOS, we are having good performance, but so NMOS is not a power saving. So PMOS, previously to the NMOS, PMOS is invented. PMOS is having some reliability issues, and it is giving less yield, and due to that people started using NMOS. But in 1980s, this CMOS, people started concentrating on the low power. So CMOS is very much famous for low power. So CMOS is having high packing density, high noise margins, and it is having no static power in the steady state. So due to that, CMOS is widely used. So high packing density is an important feature of the Moore's law. So large number of components are to be integrated on the chip. So for that, CMOS is very much useful. And coming to the BiCMOS. So BiCMOS is bipolar junction transistors, BJT. We can see BJT, NPN, BJT, and CMOS. So NMOS, PMOS, as we discussed, integration gives CMOS along with that BJT. So some features are very much effective in bipolar technology. Some features are very much effective in the CMOS technology. So we can have the advantages of both when we mix these two technologies, which is called as a BiCMOS. Logic will be implemented with CMOS, and good driving capability is there for bipolar. So we'll use BiCMOS for having good driving capability and low power, because we are using CMOS So like that, we'll have added advantages of these two: high packing density, noise margin, high gain. All features will be achieved when we merge these two technologies. So that is the BiCMOS technology. So likewise, so we can have the benefits of these two technologies. So likewise, uh, so we discussed NMOS, PMOS, CMOS, BiCMOS, and all this. Like this, in BiCMOS, there are various versions for having good performance. So, whatever it is for future electronics, so this VLSI is very much useful in almost every area. So, whatever application we consider, whatever latest processor we consider, it is a result of the VLSI. So in consumer electronics, it may be in wireless or electronic design automation, medical field, aerospace, defense, everywhere. Everywhere, VLSI is the main in the invention and innovation of all the applications. So if we consider the integrated circuit, first integrated circuit, there are only 2 transistors in that integrated circuit given by Kilby. So if we discuss about the latest processor, in that some millions and millions of transistors are present. So that much amount of growth in the technology is the result of the VLSI. So that increase in the integration is a result in the VLSI. So due to that, all portable products, whatever we are enjoying today, what all handheld devices we are enjoying today, they are all the results of VLSI design. So we have applications of VLSI in each and every field. So there is lot of scope for research in the VLSI. So though Moore's law is coming to end, we are having some other alternatives like quantum dots or FinFETs or memory stars, neuromorphic circuits. Like that, lot of researches are going on for making the people still more comfortable by using the very much advanced electronics. So thank you one and all.